This is the Archangel 2210, here to give you a movie review of Green Lantern First Flight. Now, as you could tell from the title, it's the first flight, so it's going to be his origin, how Hal Jordan becomes the famous and most courageous hero, the Green Lantern. Now, this was a really great film. The animation itself had a slight anime type of style to it, which I really dug the style of the animation. It was really clean. It had a really nice design of all the characters, good musculature and everything. It wasn't streamlined. Streamline usually doesn't have that many details in hair and clothing and the body types, but in here it looked like the design of the characters itself looked really good. And the suits itself, it didn't look like cloth or like spandex or anything. It looked like it was metal armor, green armor that came onto him from the actual ring. And they really explored the power that one person can possess when they have this ring, and they're really only limited by their imagination that they have. So the more creative the person is, the more unbelievable that they can do with this ring. So of course, the majority of the film is in space, which I like because the first maybe 2 to 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes is a little too long. Maybe it was probably about 2 to 2.5 minutes they was on Earth, and then the rest of the film is in space, which is how it should be for a Green Lantern film. And I really like the fact that they went into the fact of him being the pilot and everything, but they just very little bit. They didn't go all into it too much, which I liked. So the majority was him learning how to use the ring, learning how to become this great hero. Because of course, the alien crashes down to Earth. He's dying. He's bleeding. There's actually a lot more blood than I thought in this film. Kind of purplish because it's alien blood. So then Hal Jordan gets the ring and he becomes the Green Lantern right away. He gets the armor, and then other Green Lantern corps come down to Earth to see what happened to the ring, because in here, when a Green Lantern dies, the ring goes back to the Guardians, so they could use that ring to recruit another Green Lantern to the Corps. And Sinestro, in here, in the very beginning, he's good, and you see his transition from, he's not completely good at the beginning. He has that layer of, he was the crooked cop, that he's been around the block for a while, so he's been bending the rules here and there, and he's a little bit rough around the guys, and Hal Jordan's the rookie cop, going by the book in the very beginning. So it was a very interesting parallel of seeing the man becoming the hero, and then the hero becoming the nemesis. It was that very interesting parallel story going on. And of course, the voices were really real done. They sounded like real people. As weird as that sounds, they didn't sound like cartoons. They sounded like real people. Hal Jordan was voiced by Christopher Maloney. You may know him from Law and Order SVU. And Mr. Sinestro, he is voiced by Victor Garber. You know him from Alias. I have not really watched Alias, but that's the only thing I could think of that he was in. He's done other stuff, but Trisha Heifer. I know I'm saying her last name wrong. I apologize. I don't know how to say her last name. She's the voice of Boudica in the film, and the whole time she's helping Hal and everything, and then there's this point where you see where her true loyalty lies. That it's not with the Green Lanterns, it's with, well, spoiler alert, she's actually working with Sinestro. So there's a point where her and Hal, they're actually fighting at the end, and he doesn't have his ring, and she does. So he has to be a little creative of how to defeat her. So they fully explain, the power of the Green Lantern ring, where it comes from, the green element, and then the opposing element, which is the yellow element, of where that comes from. It's a foreign element deep into space, and that the Guardians, they use that to power the Green Lantern battery. And I was thinking, this is a really good film. And actually, there is going to be another DC Universe animated film coming out, which is Green Lantern Emerald Knights, I believe. And he's going to be voiced, the same Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, is going to be voiced by Nathan Fillion. So we may not be getting Nathan Fillion to be the live action Green Lantern, but we'll be getting his voice to be the animated one in the following one. I didn't mind Christopher Maloney for this version because since he's the origin, this is the origin story. Oddly enough, his voice sounds kind of young, so it kind of fit getting him for this origin story. But Nathan Fillion, getting him to be like the more experienced version of Hal Jordan, the one that's more, he's been around the block and he's fought probably with the Justice League a lot, and he's fought with the Green Lantern Corps. This version really, his voice really works for that version. Overall, the action sequences were really great. The movie itself, the animation was fantastic. Really nothing bad I could say about it. I would have to say it's an 8 out of 10. And it's a must-have for any Green Lantern fan, anyone at all. It's a great film. Well, I'll be signing off for now, and stay tuned for more video reviews, rants, movie updates, and be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below.